So recently I picked up some Bilt Hamber Atom Mac. So this is a corrosion inhibitor, so it's not going to remove rust that's already on the car, but it will help to try and prevent it. So there are a few different uses of this product, so you can use it on the undercarriage of your car, on the wheel and suspension components, but one of the most popular uses I've seen of this product is to use it on the brake discs to stop them going orange after you've washed the car. So although this thin layer of rust does get removed when you next drive the car by the time you get to your destination, it does look pretty ugly when people come to collect the vehicles, and also that rust just goes straight onto the alloy and can make them look dirtier a little bit faster than it would otherwise. So I am going to be demonstrating it on brake discs as it's the easiest way to tell visually if the product actually does anything or not. But remember that there are areas of the car, like the undercarriage, that are going to benefit more from this product but are just harder to actually show you on a video. So the recommended dilution of this product is 5%, and I mixed it up in distilled water and used 12.5ml of the product to 237.5ml approximately of distilled water. So the instructions do recommend to use it just after you've cleaned the wheel. However, I wanted to give it the best chance and to demonstrate the product in a few different ways as well. So I did start by spraying it onto the wheel and then waiting around 20 minutes to make sure it had properly dried before cleaning that wheel. In the meantime, I did get to work on the other wheels, and the first products that I'm using here to clean them is the Garage Therapy Wheel Shampoo, and I'm using about 15ml into 500ml of water in the IK foamer. So this product is mildly alkaline, and it's a product that I use primarily on my own car's wheels, and I also use it on well-maintained cars as well. So I know that these cars have pretty clean wheels to begin with. This is just because I tried to find cars that had the most visible brake discs, and unfortunately they just happen to have the cleanest wheels as well, but this wasn't going to affect the test of Atom Mac. Immediately after the cleaning the wheel, I did spray the product again liberally all over the brake disc and then continued with the rest of the wash, and then looked at what the results were like at the end of that. So here you can see the outcome on the first wheels that I tried it on, and there was a definite improvement. There was much less sort of orange on the wheels that had been treated. Not perfect, but I would say it was probably worth using in this case. Next up, I'm going to be demonstrating the product on this Audi and testing it again in a couple of different ways. So I wanted to see if there was a difference between just spraying after and spraying before and after. So I tried it on this wheel and just sprayed one small section of it with the product beforehand and then cleaned the wheel as normal. So I'm using Detail Bug Mantis here at 1:4, which is quite a strong alkaline product and a little bit of a step up in terms of potency compared to the Garage Therapy Wheel Shampoo. Like before, after I'd cleaned that wheel, I again sprayed the product all over the brake disc and then just continued with the pre-wash and contact wash as normal. So it was about an hour to an hour and a half after cleaning the wheel in total by the time I came around to check in how the brake discs actually looked. Here you can see that there was a big improvement on these brake discs. There was a lot less corrosion on the disc that had been treated, and just a few splatters where you could see the rust start to creep in. I also compared the side that had been treated before and after and the one that had just been treated after, and I couldn't see any noticeable improvement. In order to give the product a tougher test, I did also use a wheel cleaner with a built-in iron fallout remover, and this is the wheel cleaner by G3 Pro. So I followed the same approach as previously and actually sprayed the products before and after cleaning the wheel to give it the best chance. So as you can see by the photos here, the treated side did look slightly better, but it did struggle to prevent that corrosion when using a more powerful cleaner like this. So also try to ignore all the rust build-up around the brake disc. This car probably could have done with using this product a bit earlier in its life. As I said at the start of the video, I mixed up the product using distilled water, and this isn't something that it says directly on the instructions, but it's something I would strongly recommend doing. When I mixed up the product in distilled water, it remained clear and didn't form any precipitate. However, when I mixed it up using just standard tap water, very quickly and just within a few minutes of actually mixing it up, it formed precipitate that floated to the top and was cloudy when you actually mixed it up. And actually when I compared the treated versus untreated side using just standard tap water, a lot of rust did still form on the brake discs, as the minerals in the tap water are interfering with the reaction that's happening. So make sure you do use distilled water to dilute the product. So in terms of the cost of the product, it's around £22 in the UK at the time of making this video for a 500ml bottle. That is quite a steep upfront cost, however you do use barely any of it per application. So I worked out that I used about 80ml of solution to do 4 wheels when spraying before and after. However, that solution is at 5% of product, so it's working out at about 4ml of actual product per application. The price per mil when you buy 500ml of it is 4.5p, so that's going to work out at about 17.5p per car, which is a pretty negligible cost. In other words, a £22 500ml bottle is going to last 125 applications when spraying before and after, but according to the test that I did, using it after application is probably sufficient, which is going to give you about 250 applications, so this stuff is going to last for a very long time. In terms of the best way to use it, I think you probably can just get away with using it after cleaning each wheel. However, if you're using a particularly aggressive wheel cleaner, maybe something that's acidic or something with an iron fallout remover built in, then spraying it before and after certainly isn't going to do any harm, and it's going to help to protect the components around the brake disc as well, and the ones that you don't see that are exposed to that corrosion. As I said at the start of the video, this is just one way of using the product. You can also use it on the undercarriage and on the rest of the wheel and suspension components, and I think that's where you're probably going to get the most benefit out of using it. I think this product is a worthwhile investment if you do plan on keeping your car for a long time like I do, so let me know in the comments if you have tried it previously and if you actually think it's worthwhile. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.